3D Max got themselves a win that threw them up into 4th place overall, but there's still a way to go, and of course still plenty of PUBG games to go as we head on into the 3rd game of the day. For those of you guys who are either new to the channel or new to watching these games, we are bringing you 6 games today, so a whole hell of a lot of action, and of course I'm not alone in doing so. I'm joined by Imperium.
Oh, indeed, it was a great game. Last game, as you said, 3D Max, 15 points, 15 kill points, and that chicken dinner, huge potential. You could say they did kind of miss out on that prime opportunity to get their first win at stage 2, but either way, they still put in a solid performance to get 2nd in the point standings. And powerful, just to show how strong of a lead they had. They got 0 points the last game, but they still hold 1st place overall with 67 points and about 37 points ahead of the team in 8th place.
Yeah, they've been fragging out hard, and the fact that they can get a 0-point game and still be up like that, I mean, it goes to show how good their other games have been. So powerful. Well, I mean, they're up in the northwestern side, and the circle goes northeast, so at least they're in the, well, I mean, from a south to north perspective, they're in the right area, but still a bit of a rotation to go for them to make it on over towards that eastern side. Now, all the other teams that we can see around here on the map, StarLadder is going to make its way down to military, and with the plane lined up the way it was, well, I wouldn't assume to see anyone engage each other early. But then again, inside games, simply simple, no, they'll just drive each other way.
Yeah, I think the Simply Simple had multiple people in that vehicle, and I don't think they'd even really loot up in order to get a couple of vehicles. But either way, Severny, edge of circle, but Futbolist have it. They're currently lying in last place, so some would say their morale is maybe feeling a little bit low. If they get a good performance, who knows? It could turn it all around for them.
And that's the thing, right? I mean, we saw in phase 1 they were able to get those wins and everything, and it's just a matter. It's just a matter of Futbolist landing the shots when needed, and maybe doing a little more when it comes to like prep yourself for your engagement. It's not just, okay guys, let's go over here, and then they go. You want to, are we boosted? Have we had the proper info? Do we know how many opponents we are up against? All these things you want to try and make sure that you know about first. But Sampeak, well, we talked about no engagements early. This could be the first one.
Oh my, the scout for inside games. He has a mini 14 without a scope, might I add, looking to fire a couple of shots in the direction of Simply Simple. I'm wondering, does he have a bit of a death wish? Because does he not realize that the whole of Simply Simple are there, and that if they sniff that he's on his own, he could get taken out? But then again, I think Simply Simple are just kind of ignoring him a little bit and just looking to loot up. So for now, it's working out for Zampeak.
I mean, I don't think that Sampeak has any intentions of engaging them full on, and I think that SS is aware of that, and I think that's what's allowing them to get some weaponry. But believe me, once they all call that they have what they need, that's when they'll make the push on towards them. Or at least that's what I would assume to see, because you don't want to allow for Sampeak to get teammates to come in towards him.
And now the cavalry has arrived in the form of Pixel, and of course the remaining members of Inside Games. So this could be a bit of an early squad fight in the mansion area between these two teams.
And it is kind of interesting that they decided to, like, that it didn't decide to push early. I mean, right now you have 2 of the SS players caught in that that one building that worked out for them before. But as you can see now, Nate, it's gonna be the door closing. That's perfect timing.
Yeah, I think he was aware of that as well. I think he had an idea that a grenade was going to be thrown in the direction. He closed the door straight away, hit off the door, has blown it up now. So if another grenade is going to be thrown out by Zampeak, which he does have one more in his arsenal, it could go through the house and possibly knock down one member. It's going to go through. Boom.
It go forward, it go through, and that's going to be Lyron down. Now, Rox, what can he do on his lonesome in here? Excellent is with him. I mean, he has made his way down towards the building, but as you can see, Pixel and Cynics, they're down there as well. And near a little bottom screen, we have PKD and eXtatus fighting against each other as well. So a lot of early game engagements.
I like it. I think it's partly because of that first phase being so far northeast that a lot of teams are outside it. So they're kind of even just looking for that early kind of compound to loot up on, and they're just happen to be coming up against each other earlier than they would wish. As we've seen, Marco OPZ has knocked down double, as we see the first knockdown for the side of Simply Simple.
Cynics was taken down there as well, and there's multiple fights going on at the same time. Of course, Sampeak wants to get the response towards his teammate, and seem like right now at least this should be a possibility. It's really close though, and as you can see here, Xian does have the angle on towards him.
Yeah, and that's one thing, like they're going to be communicating with each other to make sure that they hold all angles that the players on the opponent's side cannot in any way go on to cover. So it's great communication to make sure that all angles are absolutely executed. Gonna hit off the window. On the window still not quite connecting on the side of Inside Games. But Zia comes in there. Gets the double knockdown or the frag and a knockdown. That's gonna possibly secure another frag for the side of Simply Simple.
Good damage coming in from Inside Games and trying to get the finish off there. Xian does manage to stay alive though. Sampeak is still down on his knees. But no finish off coming towards him just yet.
Also, we see on our kill feed a couple of other knockdowns and frags coming out on other areas of the map. As we see, eXtatus and PKD still fighting up against each other. It seems like PKD could be the first squad eliminated if they're not too careful.
Well, I mean, they have been fighting for quite a while. Both these teams have, and they've both taken casualties too. That's the main thing. But now I believe that SS, I mean, actually, no, SS, keep that in mind. They are indeed all 4 guys live, but no helmets, no vests, and barely any loot so far.
So it's 4 against 1. Will Ostravalik just, and I apologize if I'm actually saying that name wrong on a side note, will he be able to just cover himself, smoke himself away from the house? It seems like Lyron is looking for Frank, but great knockdown coming down. Actually, no, it's Wago in the distance. The friendly cavalry has arrived in the form of 3D Max.
Wago is there to help. Gotta give Ostravalik a chance to make a play here, and indeed now he has. It's just, I mean, what kind of a play can you make when you're one guy hiding in a building like this and the opponent's knowing exactly where you are?
Well, he's gotten 1 knockdown, he's got another frag, he's giving his team a bit of a point, and Wago just is going to secure that frag, and suddenly we simply are down to 2 players. This is all aboard of this train.
How are none of them dead yet, and how? There you go, in the end of things, Gava does get him down. That was interesting, but of course with the X-ray on, we can't really see what they see. We get much more vision, but Gava in the end does manage to find himself the knock. That was fortunate. And then while Griska on the backside of things, they're trying to engage in this already existing fight with PKD and eXtatus.
Yeah, looking to join in on the fun. As Futbolist, they're just going to drive in 3 vehicles just to get themselves in a situation where they can secure a few more points between placements and frags if they get the opportunity. Before Kings facing pressure, those smoke grenades has been able to get that revive up. As Airwaves had a decent performance in this game 2 that we had, getting 10 points for themselves. Let's see if they can follow it up.
I was a little bit surprised to see Pixel not really being more of a factor in all of that, because he kind of had an angle at one point out from the fence there. But once they started pushing in, I don't know if it was because of the positioning from 3D Max that it wasn't allowed to do anything. And wow, that's an Eastern Circle. I think you're. Wait, can you give me your timer, Cormac? Like, can you just count your in-game timer for me?
9 minutes and 13.
Okay, so you're like 1 second ahead of me, because you react to things when it happens on my screen. I'm like, how the hell does that happen?
I've just paused and played it again.
Okay. So we're
anyway.
Just wanted to make sure that I didn't see things miles before the stream did.
Oh, I'm just a fortune teller, right?
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah.
Stop revealing my secret.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Away. Footballers get into this compound. Last Gerard close by to them, but now we turn our attention onto this continued fight. Grenade knocks Giannis down to 39 health.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him to be low already, because MJO is not in the position to help, and that is indeed going to be both of them down. So PKD eliminated, and eXtatus lives to see another circle. At least a little more of it. We'll have to hope.
Oh man, Airwaves adopting this Eastern Circle though.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
Yeah, it is pretty horrible. I was not expecting it to be so Eastern, because it's gonna have to shift more Western. It's just a matter of will it shift southwest or northwest.
The
for
thing
these
is,
spots. The majority are in the south.
the next circle doesn't have to go on land, it's the one after that. So the next one could have even as much water. Now, Powerful, they're coming in from the north. Smart Rotations playing it safe on their part. They looted up Saki in the area around there. So sending it all the way over the northern side, coming in from up there, makes perfect sense for them to do that. And, well, I mean, Airwaves trying to get the rotation going as well. Sadovnik is trying to, well, find somewhere inside the circle they can lay low.
Yeah, Forax. He's a lone wolf at the moment. He's kind of being surrounded by the wolves of Airwaves and MilkyWay. They could be turning their attentions to each other as YMCA looking to get in from the south coast of this map, taking shots from Four Kings.
And trying to make some sort of escape around all those bullets coming in their direction as HP. Huge potential. I mean, they have been a team that 2 games in a row now, at least, have been able to sit on circles, at least for the beginning and the middle part of the game. Hopefully for them, they'll be able to stick around for a little while longer.
Stratus. Again, a lone wolf for MJ. MJ seems to be, well, not directly split, but a little bit somewhat split. However, Airwaves, they got 2 frags on the Powerful, who are not having a good start to another game for themselves, being taken down to 2 players as Iggy looking for a shot onto MJ-Esports, being knocked down to 14 health by Ojala behind that tree to provide that vehicle.
That is not an easy place to play from, especially not when you have all of Four Kings right around you, and Phosphorus is going to get the better of him. Unfortunately, Ojala does get taken down. Phosphorus, though, immediately Hog is there to respond and gets the knock on towards him in return.
Hey, look, any opportunity, any chance to get a knockdown, to potentially get a frag will help, as Airwaves just hiding behind a dip of that coastal area. Just looking pretty good.
Like most part of what's available is taken all already in the circle. I was expecting this to potentially happen. Going out east again. Sure, you have the compound east of YMCA available, but knowing that the next circle is going to exclude water, you're probably not going to opt to go out there now, unless if you're potentially out of Airwaves. They could try and make a play on that, but I just don't see it happening.
I kind of don't agree with MJ going to Lipovka and staying there, right? I think going there to loot up a bit more would have helped, but I feel they're going to be pinched as this next phase exposed, because if you look at Four Kings, they've actually, in my opinion, taken the wise choice of getting that compound towards a kind of more inside the circle, so that whenever it does close out on this next phase, there's a higher chance they're going to still be inside the circle.
Yeah, you can play the western side of these circles for sure when you know that the next one will bounce back in that direction. That is true. And 3D Max, well, I mean, they're sitting on the western side hoping that the circle will go towards them. Same thing happening for both Futbolist and AK Skills from Last Crew down there. And big, well, I mean, the big chaos moment will most likely be once that next circle does pop, and seeing teams, because even though they might have a hunch of where it is going to go, it's still a matter of, okay, now we've just actually gone there. What the hell do we do?
Yeah. and there's still 50 players alive. There's still 15 teams. So this next circle, when it shrinks, it's really going to bunch these teams together, as AKA Skills being searched out, spotted out by Futbolist.
I like this play from, Skills does get taken down. Damage is coming in there. Once again, 3D Max are there to charm in, and right now nobody has this building. I like the read, though. Futbolist played it so damn smart. They saw there was only one guy over there. They had it scouted for a while, and well, I mean, then they committed to it. I mean, they dared to make that play, and now, well, I mean, I think AKA Skills called that the player that killed him got knocked from elsewhere, and they that allowed them to push in.
And I know they kind of have to push in, but I don't get why they pushed. Okay, there you go.
What is going on?
Okay, yeah. I literally don't know what to make of this right now, but either way, these teams are going to come closer and closer together. MilkyWay get one frag for their side. Last Crew follow up onto another one. SEEKORG find themselves under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, plenty of teams trying to rotate in the same direction, and as we said, once these circles come closing, and that's where things are going to get extremely tricky. And well, I mean, at least for last crew, they got themselves a compound, or at least a building, all their vehicles stacked in the backside of it. But as you can see, every time they peek out the windows, they'll get bullets thrown their direction. Masterlik, well, he managed to survive all of that, but his teammates, well, didn't really. Only Ghostar is able to stay put. Now he's going to try and drive further forward, but the question is, where does this circle take us? Bang, straight west.
I hate to say, but I really had a huge idea it was going to head in that direction.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah,
I highlighted likes of Four Kings and even eXtatus. Huge potential. They are pretty close to the circle. In fairness, I do like where they are placed right now because it's going to be quite close on top of the hill, and they will be able to peek up onto eXtatus and Four Kings. One thing to point out is critical power from Four Kings is on his own. Good thing is that it's giving communication angles, information onto the rest of his team, but of course the negative is that he might be taking himself out of the chance of getting that winner chicken dinner for his team.
One team that I'm looking to get a good going here is going to be YMCA. I mean, they're sitting pretty well in it right now, and if they can hold off the teams coming in from the north, they should have a rather, not easy necessarily, but rather doable rotation down south once it does, or if it comes down to it. Now, everyone's fighting Airwaves. They're trying to make somewhat of a rotation. Interested in the reason behind MilkyWay not having left the building yet. I guess they're waiting for the absolute last moment to have to.
Yeah, I think they are, and I think sometimes that can be a good call, but of course the fear that you get yourself pinched between the blue zone and the teams that are inside the circle. In this situation, it is YMCA.
SEEKORG do get taken down. Phil, not a whole lot more he could do. Try to make the run up, and now again, I mean, Futbolist racking up some kill points. Sadovnik, he's gonna drive up the hill. That vehicle is already thrown off with dark smoke, and I don't think you want to stick around that one for too much longer.
No, and one thing that I was really curious about, I know it's inside the circle, and it was kind of like, okay, we need to find somewhere to cover, but I don't kind of get why last crew occupied the building that their fourth player got taken out in. I think that was a bit of a negative decision to make. We've seen one member get knocked down now because Futbolist knew that where they were, essentially, so it kind of put them in a higher pinch, in my opinion. But there you go.
Okay, they still have a good spot to play from, but they need to make sure their backs are clear if they want to have any chance of pushing forward should that next circle go on up in that direction. And YMCA, as I said before, they have a chance if they can hold off these teams that are pushing on down towards them. If they can hold them at bay here, they have plenty of room to play from on this hillside.
Oh man, huge potential. I said they were in a decent position, and I think they are because they have Four Kings and eXtatus, like I pointed out. But eXtatus, I think they have an idea where huge potential are.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Obviously, the negative for huge potential is that they are kind of out in the open. But Airwaves, one member has been knocked down.
Let's see, Sakura wants to push up and get the info on it. He spotted Amorous behind the rock. He's going to make the run on over now, and he's going to be able to do just that. Sakura is up close. He does have Sampler in the vicinity to help him out, but Hawk being this close, I think that's going to force him to either push together or back off.
And I kind of don't get, like, Turbo Banani is kind of a little bit farther away. Kajula is in that vehicle, so going to look to join the rest of his team. Because in my opinion, they've kind of got to stick together, especially against a team like Airwaves. As you see, iZoom has knocked down Sadovnik. This is MilkyWay joining in on the fun.
Yep, Hawk is going to go down as well. Sampula does get traded in return. Hawk finish off Mackin, taken down as well. And all of a sudden, once again, like we saw last game, Amorous by himself. Back then, though, he got himself a third place. Not sure if he's going to be able to get that off of this one.
I don't think he is, because he is outside the circle. He's using those first aids as much as he can. He's trying to heal up. Will he be able to get done? He's down to 52, 47, 42, 37. Time is ticking. YMCA are still there, still waiting. He's able to get another first aid. He's going to try and jump in, run in. No, he's actually going to try and...
Let's get some more first aids. Get some more first aids. Keep on medding, keep on looting. Hope that YMCA decides to commit to the fight with MilkyWay, which they probably have to now that Turbo has gone down.
But I don't think he has enough meds to keep himself alive. But either way, Amorous has been able to knock down one member of YMCA. but he's still outside the circle.
Yep, he's gonna go down now as well, just bandaging. That's not gonna get him anyway. He's gonna go down and out. That's gonna be Waves. There you go, down in 13th place. And now MilkyWay trying to embrace the chaos on the backside of things. It's gonna work out for them, at least for now. SEEKORG and Sampul are still alive, for 2 players down from YMCA.
And then there is also Last Crew, also in the distance of the north-hand side, trying to get into the circle themselves, because it did shift southwards. We didn't really talk about it because the action was unfolding, as Mansion is now going to have to be pushed out by the 2 teams that occupy it.
So much chaos commencing on all sides of things here. eXtatus, they have to leave. Huge potential already pushing on forward, and you can see 4 Kings. Well, they have 1 player knocked already. They have to stay alive. eXtatus, they had some good engagements early. 7 kills down so far already. Rumchick with 4 of them. They had a good first game as well, and now they're trying to make it back with a really good one here in the third.
Yeah, considering they're kind of midway overall in the standings, they still had a high amount of frags for the time that they've been in these games compared to teams around them, so they're looking to follow up.
The fact, wait, what? What?
Yeah. What?
How did Genso just kill himself?
I don't know. Maybe it was just a grenade that went wrong. I don't know exactly what happened, but either way, as this game continues on, Last Crew have been eliminated in 11th place. 10 teams, 27 players alive. 4 Kings, eXtatus, and that 1 remaining member of Huge Potential trying to run into the circle but gets taken out.
Not a whole lot more he could do, and he was in blue as well. That's what got him killed before. The angle, it looked like they were just inside from the blue, and I was like, how did he just finish himself off there? But nope, they were indeed in the blue, and that was what got the Futbolist team killed in the end. Circle send us up somewhat once more, and well, I mean, simply simple. They're gonna prone this one out, it seems like, for a little while longer. Nades though thrown down towards him, and Gava somehow stays alive.
He just isn't moving because he's hoping that they don't think that grenade hit and then they get away from it. But yeah, that's gonna be 1 knockdown coming out. Enviik looking for that final blow, looking for that squad wipe, and they do get it done. Simply simple, eliminating in 9th. We've 8 teams, and these placement points are now in contention for all of these teams left alive.
Yeah, only Flammy went down, and he seems to be able to get rest on that position. It should be all right. Hockey taken down from a distance, gets finished off as well. He secures the kill in there. And now, well, I mean, Reggie and Rumcheck, they have kills already, and they want to get more, of course. But Hickey, right now, being a bit of a frustration in the push down towards him.
Smoke grenade came out from behind. Manny got that knockdown onto Reg. That's going to put eXtatus under a lot more pressure with only Rumcheck left alive, just proning in the distance. He's low on health.
Many wanted to commit to the finish off on towards Rumcheck, but ENV was spotting them from behind. You can see it right here. He's trying to hold it. Still not taken down. Many is peeking and then going away and peeking and going away. Rumcheck gets down 1, but not taken down before he finds Hickey. I'm not sure Manny is going to be able to get the rest up on towards Hickey now.
I don't think he is, because the circle is against him. It's now starting to close in, but either way, we do see Enviik and 3D Max going at each other. There is also that 1, I think it's 1 remaining member of Powerful, maybe 2, if I'm not mistaken, but either way, they're still in this. 6 teams left alive. YMCA Esports has been eliminated in 7th place. Yeah,
a tough break for them to try and make the push down the hill. Didn't work out the way that they would have hoped for it to do. 3D Max still alive. They got themselves a win already today. And, well, we'll see if they can get themselves some more. Still 4 players up and kicking, but not that many kills so far, if I'm correct.
No, not that many kills, but they're putting themselves in a position that they can end this game with another chicken dinner and a high amount of kills. Enviik are pushing on forward. They're trying to get into circle. Nade being thrown out into distance. Phantom gets knocked out by Faye as Enviik looking to climb the tables themselves.
Yeah, Noki was spotted immediately, and Enviik is pushing on forward. In the meantime, fights are escalating elsewhere, but right now it's all about Phantom and his teammate trying to stay alive. Robin gets finished off by Solo. Not a whole lot more to it than that. And, well, I mean, at least for now, Phantom and Soul are staying put despite being pressured from multiple angles.
Yeah, MilkyWay also in the distance. We're looking for a couple of frags out. However, MJ-Esports have helped 3D Max by taking out MilkyWay, who go out in 6th place. 5 teams, 11 players left alive as a Molotov comes out to try and reposition and put Enviik under more pressure.
Phantom gets one. His teammate is down and Flush is well faced, trying to stay put here. It's all on his own, trying to get in. Many of all players from behind is going to be the one to save Phantom and grant him some more placement points.
You asked if Manny was able to gonna be able to get revived up or get that revive, and he did. 4 Kings still going strong with 2 players, and as I talked about Marcelic, it is 2 members of Powerful still up. They hold that hood. It is inside circle, but it's definitely a dangerous position because all it's going to take is a couple of grenades.
It is. It's not exactly the best spot to be forced to sit in, but of course they'll be doing their best to try and get out alive. Phantom is proning it out as long as he can. I guess I should say. He's still pretty decent spot inside the circle, to my recollection.
Like, the good thing for Powerful, though, is because there's still 4 teams and there's only 8 players alive. So no team has, like, a full squad. No team has a huge man advantage. So I can kind of go towards Powerful's way. As we see, Phosphor is being spotted out, looking to get fragged out. Phantom gets another kill for 3D Max.
7 already for Phantom and the Frenchman. Really impressive feat so far. Phosphor tried to drive on forward. Wasn't allowed to get anywhere in Marcelic. Well, I mean, he's by himself in the... No, he's not. He's not by himself. He's with his teammate in the shack up there, and they're inside the circle so far. Everyone is inside the circle so far. It's, well, I mean, they're sitting pretty decently in it, but then again, wherever the circle goes, it's going to be hard for pretty much everyone. Phantom. Well, okay, that's a freebie.
It's a free loot crate, plus it's a protection of it. I know, like... He's still going to have to kind of close his way in eventually, but it's still an extra piece of rock, a piece of furniture that he can hide behind.
Oh, yeah.
Protects himself a little bit more. We've seen it being done before by 4 Kings.
The circle went west as well, so he might have a chance here. One thing I'm looking at right now is the 4-man strong.
3 man.
Oh, there are only 2 guys down there. I got debated by the camera angle, but 3-man strong MJ-Esports who already have a winning game number 1 today. It would be impressive to see them go for yet another one here in the 3rd. Phantom, though, well, he got himself the M249. I know there's plenty of bullets in that one, but will he get to fire them? Will he get spotted out early? He knows that he has Powerful in the shack up there, but he's not wanting to overcommit to it.
Oh, in a vehicle, maybe. Is just going to try to use that to help put their team in a stronger position when it comes to hiding in cover inside the circle. As you point out, a 3-man MJ team going up against a 1-man 3D, 2-man Powerful, and a 1-man 4 Kings.
Yeah, I mean, if MJ wants to take control, you can see how the way they're looking, the way they're using the vehicles. But at the same time, they can't really play 4 guys together because this area is just so open. And if you can't pinpoint everyone, then it's going to be extremely hard to do. They know that they have a player in Phantom up there somewhere. They know that the guys are down in the shack. And I think that's what everyone's waiting for right now. When are Powerful going to leave that shack?
They don't want to. They're going to have to, but they don't want to. They called it their home in this game 3, but they tried to. The smoke grenade is being thrown out as 3D Max. Phantom is looking forward. He's going to throw a grenade towards that area. As you point out, he did pick up the M249.
Yeah.
Throw himself down.
Keep in mind that we still have Manny alive as well. He could become a factor in this because right now they're so focused on what's happening over on the other side of things that they might just have forgotten about Manny.
They might have. So that's 1 member of Powerful being knocked down. Juno's going to throw a grenade in that direction. Is it going to connect? Not. Oh, he kind of did a little bit, but this one's going.
Yeah, that's going to be a kill.
Oh my. Powerful get eliminated in 4th place. We now have 3 teams, 3v1v1.
Yeah, Manny is by himself. He's been spotted. That nade is going to go in his direction too, and Minnie is going to be the one to secure the finish off. All of a sudden, it's all Phantom left alive, and that's not going to happen either. MJ, for the 2nd time today, get themselves a win underneath their belt, and this time around with 9 kills to it.
not quite as dominating from a frag point of view, tended to be shared out between these top teams, but either way, a strong performance. 19 points is not going to be sniffed at for them. Got to give credit to the two remaining members of Powerful, putting their team up in 4th place overall, because he did lose 2 members quite early on.
That was unfortunate, of course, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles every now and again. And I mean, this one from Simply Simple and Inside Games, that was an interesting early fight engagement. Of course, the plane. I mean, I don't even know. They were driving side by side for the longest of time, and still somehow they committed to the same building. That was a bit surprising to me. But in the end, of course, all the kills that came in did come into effect, and the aspect of MJ taking home the win.
Well, 3D Max did help somewhat by getting those knockdowns and getting those frags onto I believe Simply Simple it was. But either way, we then see Airwaves getting put under pressure by YMCA as they were both fighting against the Blue Zone.
Yeah, YMCA, they had a chance to hold that side for themselves, but then, I mean, sure, we see it right here. Amorous securing himself the knock and finish up on towards Coyote. That was a real big frustration for YMCA, because had they dealt with him right there, that's what happened. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is what happened.
That is, I mean, honestly, I know here in the moment, crazy things happening like that, but there's just no room for it. In all honesty, there's no room for mistakes like that.
No, like there was no way he had to go down in that situation. But either way, Simply Simple, they got taken out. Then eXtatus, they were doing absolutely great, in fairness.
Yeah.
And also want to highlight 4 Kings, because they were holding that compound for so long. They could have been put under a lot more pressure, or they could have bowed down to that pressure a lot more, but they actually took more control. They went out of that compound and took eXtatus on.
Romcheck did extremely well in staying alive for the longest of time down in that dip down there, and Enviik as well, the way that they pushed up in the event. I mean, Phantom, you got to give it to him. I mean, the way that he solo performed the end of this game, getting his team a second place and getting a lot of kills with it for the guys as well. Keep in mind, they got themselves a win today as well. So the amount of points they were able to collect off of all this, very, very impressive to see. But everything considered, look at the bottom. SEEKORG, huge potential. Both guys that we know can do the damage. Neither of them, though, got anything going this one.
Yeah, it's a shame. After SEEKORG's somewhat impressive / stronger performance than we've ever seen in the last game, to finish with 0 in this game, definitely disappointing. But the top of the table, as I said, those kills shared out between MJ, 3D Max, 4 Kings, and MilkyWay, as well as eXtatus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that win is going to throw 3D Max into a, if not first, then probably not above Powerful, but most likely a second place for them overall. 1100 damage done once again. Very, very impressive. This time round, of course, majority of it was done by Phantom. So impressive to see that 3D Max is still in it, considering well, I guess we can be honest and say somewhat rough phase 2 for them. Didn't really get things going at all during the phase, but at least now they're finding their groove. But Fuzzword was indeed the one on top with the damage.
Yeah, and then we see the kill lead. 3 players on 5 kills each. Stratus, Manny, and iZoom all pulling in strong performances.
Very impressive to see. Fuzzword, he was up there with 711 damage. And, well, I mean, guys, as we do see all of this cutting across our screens, I think what's going to happen now is that Mr. Imperium and I will take a short break. That's the halfway point. We'll see you all in just a few.